Hello and thank you for tuning back in again. Today, day 2, we were discussing the show me and tell me questions. So you will be asked a number of questions on your driving test. You will be asked 2 questions, one tell me question and one show me question. The tell me question where you'd explain how to carry out safely the task, and that would be at the start of your driving test, and the show me question where you'll be asked to carry out a safety task while you're driving the vehicle. You'll get 1 minor fault if you don't know the answer to the question, and potentially you could fail your driving test if you don't carry out the show me, as in the task that you carry out safely. So yesterday we discussed number 1. Number 1 was tell me how you check that the brakes are working safely, so they're working correctly before starting a journey. And the answer to that question was that the brakes should not feel spongy or slack, and the brakes should be tested as you set off, and the vehicle shouldn't pull to one side. So we did discuss that. Now the second question, in terms of a tell me question, would be tell me where you'd find the information for the recommended tyre pressure and how the pressure should be checked. Now in some cars it's different. In my car it may be different to yours. However, the industry standard, the industry answer is manufacturer's guide, use a reliable pressure gauge, check and adjust pressures and tyres when cold, and don't forget the spare tyre, remember to refit the valve caps. So what that means to you and I is when you're driving the car, you will possibly have to adjust your tyre pressure. It adjusts in summer and in winter. This here is a gauge. If I bring the device closer to the window, as into the camera lens, you'll see that it has numbers. So this is my gauge that I have in the car. All you need to do is take the valve cap, the nipple off the tyre, the black cap, put this on there, and this will come up with the amount of air in there. The lesser air, the less this comes up. The more air, the more it comes up. If you look along here, it has numbers, and the numbers spiral. So it'll start from the top, which is 8, and it goes all the way down to 49. Now the information for my car that I'm travelling in can be found in the owner's manual. In some cars they have an infotainment system, so like the big screen, and you can go through the menu and it will tell you the tyre pressure of the vehicle there. Or in my car, if I turn the camera around, I believe, and if we look at the display, it will tell you the tyre pressure. So at the moment, when I go through the infotainment system, it's telling me that the tyre pressure. So on some cars, it will tell you the tyre pressure, and it will tell you, some cars have it on the infotainment system, and they will tell you the tyre pressure of your vehicle, and you'd need to cross-reference that with the tyre pressure of the car that you're travelling in. When you've got more luggage in the vehicle, when you've got more people in the car and you're travelling a long distance, you may need to increase the tyre pressure in the vehicle. So my particular car, the information can be found in the owner's manual, but in every car that you drive, you will find it either in the door or inside the petrol cap, inside the filler. So where you put your petrol in, when the cap opens, there's a grey or black sticker, sometimes even white, and that will show you either suitcases or it will show you people, as in 1, 3, 5, giving you an idea of how much weight you have and how much air you need to put in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to my side, to the driver's side of the car, and show you the sticker and show you what that means. So here we are, the driver's side of our car, and this is the sticker on my side. So we can see 215 55 17 94V. So the 215 55 17 is my tyre size, and the 94V is telling you what rating, so miles per hour, or if you're driving an electric car, it's either a load or extra load sticker, meaning the tyre has to be very, very strong. Then we've got the 3 people plus 1 suitcase, and that's showing you 2.5 bar or 36 psi. It's also showing you 5 people, 3 suitcases, 2.5, 36. 36 is PSI. So that's when you go to the petrol station, it has a button there and you can change it from PSI to bar. Bar is a European standard, PSI is a UK standard. And on the second side you can see 250, 2.5, 36. So mine, it doesn't matter how many people are in the car, 36 PSI is my tyre pressure. That sticker there is telling you the make of my car and the model. So I have a Hyundai Kona EV Premium SE. Now, when you come to the tyre, it's quite simple. So over here is the tyre cap. Twist the cap anti-clockwise. Clockwise is that way, anti-clockwise is that way. Once you've removed it, put the cap somewhere safe. And what I do is I tap this here so it goes all the way in. Then place this on there and you'll see that come out. We'll do that one more time. There. Then we look at the lowest point, and that's showing you that my tyre pressure there is 37. You can see there. 37, literally 38 there. But the tyre pressure in this tyre is 2 psi above the manufacturer's specification. So when I go to the fuel station, I'll adjust that, or I can remove air from the tyre by pushing on the nipple. Quite simple to do. If you've got long nails, it's easy, or you can shove a match in there, or your car key, whatever you have. You push the nipple there, and you can hear the air leaving the tyre. So if you do it for a few seconds, that should bring the air down. So now when we have a look, we have just above 36, so we've got 37 in there. If I remove a little more, can't get my finger in there. And because I can't do it with my fingers, I'll just go to a petrol station, set the gauge there, and it will automatically remove the extra air from my tyre. So going back to the question, so the question was, tell me where you'd find the information for the recommended tyre pressure for this car that you're travelling in, so when you're on your test, the car that you're in, and how tyre pressure should be checked. So you check the manufacturer's guide or a door sticker in one of the doors. You'd use a reliable pressure gauge, that is the pressure gauge, or you can use a Morrison's machine, and that's exactly the same. And you check all your tyres, and you'd check them when they're cold. So my car now is currently cold, so before you've travelled in the morning, before you've run the wheel. And don't forget to inspect the spare wheel. Now, most new cars don't have spare wheels. If you've got one, fine. Your spare wheel may be at a different tyre pressure. That depends on the tyre and what the manufacturer state. And remember to refit the cap. So you put the cap on the way you remove the cap. So you removed it anti-clockwise, you tighten it clockwise. I hope that helps. Don't forget to follow our channel. We will be going through all your questions so you understand them and you understand how to drive a car. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Right guys, just before we finish off with this number 2 question. So the number 2 question, where would you get the information for your tyre pressure and where and how would you check? A couple of points I want to tell you as an experienced driver. Your steering wheel is religiously the answer to all your problems when you're driving. It gives you a lot of clues. So when I tell my pupils not to hold the wheel tight, the purpose behind that, so you can feel how the car moves. Now, if your steering wheel is getting lighter, so do you know if it's normally like heavy or normal, and you're driving the car and it feels lighter than what it did yesterday, perhaps your tyre is overinflated. That's before you move off, okay? If you're driving the car and the wheels feel heavy, it means that the front wheels, not the back, the front wheels, the air, perhaps one of your tyres is punctured. Now, after 2014, it was a legal requirement in this country to have every car fitted that were manufactured after 2014 with what they call TMPS sensors. Now, then sensors send a signal to the car and it tells the car what the tyre pressure is at all times. On older cars, you'll see a yellow light that will illuminate on the dashboard telling you that you have low tyre pressure, but you'll only get that light once the car moves off. The second, later in life, you after 2018, or if you drive an expensive luxury car, an older luxury car, let's say a Mercedes 2014, etc., you'll find that it will tell you which actual tyre is deflated. Some cars come with what we call slime or puncture repair kits. Sometimes you have a spare wheel. If you have a spare wheel, the spare wheel cannot travel at 70 miles an hour. They're usually restricted to 50. So by looking at the tyre, I mean, if you remember earlier on in the video, I discussed 94V. 94V is a tyre specification for my vehicle. When I purchase tyres, I purchase them maybe 98V. And that's because I want the tyres extra low so my car doesn't struggle. So going back to the tyres, when we were discussing quality of tyres, I always buy new. I try and buy either mid tyres, mid-budget, or premium. So mid or premium. I don't buy budget tyres. Budget tyres because they wear out quicker. It's false economy. I don't buy part one because I don't know the history of the tyre. Sometimes what you'll find is people have dangerous punctures. Some car shops, I don't know who they are. I've had an incident with myself where I purchased a tyre, a part one, and I didn't realise it had a side wall puncture. It was repaired, but it was repaired poorly. I then removed the tyre, went to the shop and bought a new tyre. So when you're buying tyres, it's a bit of a minefield. Now the reason why they have this question, so the reason why they have this show me and tell me question, not because they want to trick you, it's because you need to understand that you are responsible for driving the car, any passengers that you have in your car. So for example, if I'm sat in your car and I'm asleep in your car and I'm enjoying my life and doing whatever I want to do, it's important that you as a driver are responsible for my life. And what you'll find, tyres are something that you shouldn't skimp corners on, upon. It's important that you buy tyres from reputable places. You buy the tyre that meets your needs. A puncture, a sidewall puncture shouldn't be repaired. The people that can repair them need very specialist equipment, and none of it's here. So it's important that you understand number two question. Number two question is, where would you get the information from? So owner's manual or car sticker. And it's important that you understand you, the driver, are responsible. I change my tyres at 2 mil. Legal requirement is 1.6. Think over why. Thank you for watching and thanks for subscribing.